Done.
Yeah, done. Great.
Correct.
Nikhil, good to see you. And I saw a couple of great things that you have done, and I saw your videos. I know Ovi in person, certainly. Came to one of my setup, and good to see you guys. Okay, so I have a very interesting topic today to share with the audience. I'm sure that you have got a lot of things from India as well as out of India. I'll share a brief about myself. So when I started, it was 1998. I started as a founder of one of the oldest game development company in India, and I was 17 when I registered my company. And before that, I used to do comics. I used to draw, write, creating new superheroes. And I forgot, maybe when I was in fourth standard or maybe fifth standard, I wrote my first comics, started creating comical superheroes. And then in the school, I used to be thrown out of the class, mainly in the history classes, because it was actually boring for me. And I used to, draw those superhero cartoon characters. And teachers used to tell me that, hey, you are that bad boy, go out. And we had a group of friends, and those three guys really encouraged me to pursue my dream. And the dream became something in my heart that I started going nearby art school, art colleges, and I left engineering. I got a chance in B. On those times it was B,
Yeah.
So I left it and thought that, okay, let me do something on storytelling. And okay, so other part is in my family, my mom, she's from Sanskrit background. She's a MA in Sanskrit. So I got in touch with a lot of people who are mainly from Indian culture, old language, literatures. So I had a,
Yep.
very keen to understand those mythological stories and those magical stuff. And I was thinking that,
Awesome.
I mean, are those all magical? I was reading
Uh-huh.
one liner regarding Arjun, that during that time of Mahabharata fight, before that fight, they went to a 14 years uh, cycle, you know, and within that cycle, they have to go for a 1 year, which is they have to hide themselves, they have to hide their own identity. And for that, Arjuna traveled to Indra, his, and he learned music, dance over there, came back again on earth. And when he came back, his age became lesser than the rest of Pandavas. That gave me a shock.
Ah.
My God, 6,000 years back, some storyline is talking about time travel. Some storyline is talking about something called disruption in the dimension. And they are talking about
Right.
timeline and time frame. So I became inclined to those kind of storylines and started digging into it. Learned a little bit of Sanskrit, learned a little bit of Pali, learned a little bit of Russian, and this is not that subject, but yes, with that passion, when I go digging into all those aspects, I thought maybe I'll take a medium to talk about those storylines, those nostalgic style of marketing, which people can connect. So maybe if I can learn logic, if I can become a coder and mix the art part of it, maybe I can talk something. And while digging, I understood that game development is the only way where you can connect the art part along with the logical part, and you can create beautiful content. So I started learning those kind of small language, started understanding the engines. On those time in 98, you can imagine less number of internet was available in India. Forget about the engine stuff. It was Yahoo chat engine we used to use, limited number of dial-up connections. So I mean, it was a very tough journey, honestly speaking. I was sustaining not on gaming, to be very frank with you. So I used to create a lot of small game arts, used to sell that. It was a tough journey, used to do a lot of machine assembling. Well, I'm from a middle class family, so I had to earn a lot of money so that I can create a good team. So I started teaching people on animation, started teaching people on coding, different line of coding, started uplifting myself. I'm just giving you my background so that I can connect the content with the audience. So slowly, I learned a few things in life that it's not about creating one game or creating one content. It's about, if you want to create an impact, you need to earn money and give it to the society, give it to the community. And that was the passion. That's the reason I started Virtual Infocom. And slowly, certainly grown into a complete different level altogether. Nowadays, we do a lot of stuff, but yes, I'll stick to the topic, and maybe I'm going to bore you for next 30 minutes. Okay, so the boring part, let me tell you the boring part. So I write my own words dictionary. I hate speaking in English, to be very honest. I love becoming a proper Bharatiya rather than pressurized English speaking so-called geek. So in my dictionary, boring is basically, rather, bore is basically beginning of re-engineered entrepreneurship. So let's begin. So the journey
Sure.
actually began with Ashwatthama, and we did this game in 2013 with limited number of resources. I literally personally traveled a couple of parts of the world, whatever money I would have gathered before, to understand the pathway of Ashwatthama. How many of you actually know that there is a temple in near Dehradun in the name of Ashwatthama, and till date a puja happens over there? And if you go through the Himalayan mountains, you can actually understand on which path Ashwatthama actually went towards Angkor Wat temple. The temple exists nowadays, and the people actually learn the storyline of whole Mahabharata fighting from Ashwatthama. It's a myth. It was a myth. So we
Yeah.
retweaked the whole storyline. So we never wanted to hurt anyone's feeling, including the religious people. So we converted the whole storyline in a complete different dimension, and started the storyline like Ashwatthama actually, after 5,000 years, he is now in this Kali Yuga, and he wanted to die. He don't have his money on his forehead, which he gave to Krishna. So he wanted it back so that he can die peacefully. He's immortal, according to the myth. And the whole storyline started
Okay.
from that particular small liner, I want to die. Okay. And while creating that game, frankly speaking, I would love to mention one of my awesome coder, Raghu. Raghu is actually from Hyderabad, so he came to join us long back, and he was settled in my Jaipur office. Then he moved to Calcutta. Together, we spent beautiful time together. We understood the concept. We chatted with each other. Then Kallol and Suman and a couple of other people joined with that vision. We built the game, and we learned how Kalari fighting happens. Tried to give those small flavors into the game. Launched it in PC as well as in mobile, and slowly understood that maybe we can do some kind of different disruption. And frankly, Nikhil and Avi, it became a passion. So I thought maybe I can connect the real life actors and models, converting them into digital human, and they will become the game character. So here you go. I thought, let's make something on universe. Let's make Indian universe, but for the new generation, not for the older
Wow.
generation. So we are representing certainly Mahishashur. I'm not sure whether you can see my cursor or not. That's Mahishashur.
Yeah, I can see.
This is Kumbhakarn. That's Aghori. This is Olga That's a character from Africa converted into
Wow.
flavored with some other stuff. That's Shani and a couple of other. You can relate. Okay, this lady
Right.
is now actually MTV star. I'll touch upon that. That's Polo Me Polo. Well,
Okay.
so we started converting real models into these gaming characters. You know what happened? We keep digging into it. We keep digging into it, and we
Uh-huh.
got characters like Urushium, which is actually one of the fighting style from Kalaripayattu. If you have seen the movie
Yeah.
Bagi, you must have seen these kind of sword with three different kind of, you know, uh, uh, line and face on the same with steel. But this game was actually released long back. I really forgot the year, most probably 2015 or 16 beginning. It was Fight of the Legends, pretty early stage of game coding, and I'll show you the whole website. I'll try to show you the game as well, and started digging into those Asuras, Rakshasas, those demons. We used to call them demons, and found
Yeah.
Interesting story, Nikhil. I found that these characters are being called as a VC. A VC, the inner meaning is the character who is kind of immortal, but he's a kind of ghost. So when I start
Yeah.
digging, I found that from southern part of India, those people used to fight with a lot of tattoo in their body. And I
Yes.
found a small manuscript, and they tried to put those characters into a nice drawing, and I found that it's actually looked like ghost. So from
Yeah.
the distance, if those armies are actually trying to attack you, you will feel, oh my god, some amount of ghosts are actually coming up. So they rename the Indian fighters as Ashuras. They rename, retweaked everything as demons, Rakshas. Ravana became a villain. And slowly, when I digged into the small term Rakshasas, it was actually Rakshayat, which were basically assassins. I'm not going very deep into it because that's not my subject, maybe some other day. But
Yeah.
they used to protect Amrita. It was not about the demons, honestly speaking, because they lost the battle. Usually, whenever a person lose the battle, we call them as the loser, and we put them something like they are the bad guys. I mean, that's the human nature. So that happened on that time, and so we wanted to put all those storylines into the gaming aspect and went digging into this. So if you can see the screen, you can see number of models who were unknown. Nowadays, few of them became celebrity, few of them left modeling, few of them pursue their career, and they became
Yeah.
multiple number of characters. And it's not because that they are doing modeling.
Okay.
Katia, this solo game, this lady, Srijla, she became a popular lady just because of the game. She started tweeting that I became a game character. She was most probably the first female model from Calcutta who became a digital human into one of our game called Katia the Fighter. So then we
Okay.
thought, let us connect Fight of the Legion storyline with Katia and Ashatama. So we started tweaking the storyline, connected three of these games together so that it becomes a very massive universe. Polo, I'm not sure whether you watch Karthik Purnima. So that's Purnima. So she became our game character long back, I think 4 or 5 years back, and slowly started digging into the movie industry. I'll share how we are connected with the movie industry in my last slide. You'll realize how we are giving work to these models and characters. And I thought that let's not stop into the gaming universe.
The
Let's make
disconnected.
something
Okay.
awesome on comics as well. So you can always connect those gaming characters into comical character, make sci-fi based, monetization model. So a couple of comics was actually written by me, converted by my team into a digital comics, and slowly we started connecting them with digital world. So that's few shots from Ashatama and Katia comics, pure storyline based, available in Amazon. I can share you the link if you wish.
Sure, sure. I mean, we can take a look at the Amazon listing as well.
Will
So
will will
if
do
our,
will do will do for sure. Will
yeah,
do for sure.
yeah.
Then I thought that it's the right time
Ah.
to approach my superhero. So I actually literally grew up by watching the Shaktiman TV series in those small box. So I thought,
Same, same.
let me take a let me take a pleasure to meet the finest gentleman on earth who used to be
Right.
my superhero in my childhood days. So I actually took a flight, went to Mumbai. Most probably it's your birthplace, Nikhil. So
Yeah.
I went there, gave him a call. He said, okay, let me meet you. So his first sentence to me was, I was expecting some Bengali Babu will meet me with dhoti and Punjabi. But you are in suit, man. Who the hell are you? So I was explaining him what is my dream, how I want to make it happen. So we made a deal. He was kind enough to say that yes, I'll become a 3D character into your game. So we literally simulated him into a 3D character. As you can see, when I meet him, he became pretty old. But Shaktiman
Yeah.
character was actually done when he was 35 or 40. So we wanted to give that flavor into that character. Was literally looking for great game coders from India. Well, unfortunate case, I couldn't find a great team, but we tried our best. Slowly, I started, you can say, getting competition from the market. Whoever we used to hire, they have been poached from third party companies. I try to tell them, let's create an ecosystem, let's make things together. But yes, I mean, maybe some people said yes, some people say no. It's a kind of, market penetration. I accepted that. So we launched Shaktiman, and slowly we started digging more. uh, while digging, we did massive work into Tollywood industry. Like we did Boss 2 within 28 days. That was one of the movie star from Tollywood. He's one of the superstar called Jeet. So that game became, um, I think we made it 3 years back, most probably 3 or 4 years back. I really don't remember.
Okay.
Maybe 2016 or 17, maybe. Okay. And then we did Nilanjana. We did Crime Investigator Shubhasri, Tushagni, a couple of other games. Then we did Bangladesh first superhero based, we co-produced that superhero based movie, and then the game itself. We never got paid for making all these games, but rather we give the movie makers a lot of traction, a lot of popularity. uh, Slowly moved into making realistic characters. So if you can understand the technicalities and the complex, you can understand the kind of effort we have done to make these characters from from a city where you can't find great studios. Sorry for these statements if I'm making it. Honestly speaking, Calcutta don't have a mocap studio yet.
Arijit's net is, yeah.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, I'm really sorry. I mean, you guys missed
No
something. Shall I repeat?
Yeah, this just the part that you said in the last 30 seconds. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we did Bijli, Bangladesh first superhero movie based game. So Bobby literally became my sister. I mean, sister from another mother. She's a superstar from Bangladesh, and we simulated her as gaming character. We converted Jeet. Jeet is a superstar from Calcutta, so he became my dada literally, and we did that game within 28 days because we had less amount of time in our hand. Converting a character with limited number of resource from Calcutta without any mocap studio, just doing 360-degree photography without 360-degree cameras, which is available on those time. And I had to purchase multiple number of cameras to shoot the whole characters, and we have to use a lot of different light and a lot of different techniques. And we created few of those in-house plugins, which till date we use to make characters lively. Converted Shubhasri. Shubhasri is another very popular star. You can Google all of them. Shubhasri Ganguly, Jeet. You will find all of them in, in the internet. You can find the kind of popular they are. So we kept digging and try to make as much as perfect characters as we can do. Amrita and Arjun, these two last characters. This is from the movie called Tushagni. So these movies somehow uh, never released in big theater hall, but they became popular in the OTT platform. So we had that kind of pleasure to make things happen. And to be very honest, it was never meant from our company, never meant for India. We never ever targeted Indian audience, because my perception was to make these characters, these movies, these superheroes popular in other part of the globe. So we became literally popular in few parts of Asia. Somehow I felt that maybe Indian audience will take some time to understand serious gaming, AAA, and even though our gaming standard is not that level, like the EA Sports or Ubisoft, we don't have that kind of team strength. To be very honest, let's be honest with us, okay?
Right.
So we started collaborating with a lot of other studios and started releasing these games. So they all became literally popular out of India. They started getting a lot of traction, calls for out of India movies, and they started believing us. And I would love to show you one of the character. He is Mainak. Mainak became an amazing friend. Okay, fine. This guy actually knows martial art. So I'm actually from the same kind of background. So in the shooting spot, we fought with each other, while doing that motion capture. And we had a fighting with each other, and we hugged each other and said that for the rest of our life we are going to become friends. Until date, believe me, it's not about the gaming, it's about the relationship that we created.
Right.
So for nothing I promote him, for nothing he promotes me. Okay. I would love to
Awesome.
touch upon, thank you. I would love to touch upon a few of those aspects which was there in my mind from old folk tales. Well, it's called nostalgia marketing. If you have heard about nostalgia marketing, usually what happens, uh, you're from Mumbai. So if you
Yeah.
see a Bada Pav in
Yeah.
US, would you
Yeah.
go for it or would you go for a burger?
100% vada pav anytime. I would go for vada pav even in Mumbai.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
for a kid who is maybe 40s or maybe now 45 or maybe 50s, they actually saw all those little small storylines which don't exist nowadays. Today's kids don't know what was there from their nani's stories, right? तो नानी का
Yeah.
हाथ का जो वो फ्लेवर है ना वो मिसिंग हो गया, right? So if
Right.
wanted to give them that flavor, so my target audience is not at all the guys whose age is 20 or 25. My target audience is actually those guys who are mid 40s. They get this flavor of Lal Kamal, Nil Kamal. I don't literally care about the young generation. I'll tell you why. When you can actually get these 40s guys, they push their kids, play this game from my storyline. It's from my timeline. Okay?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back to that timeline, go back to that age, understand how we grow up, right? So
Right.
that happened. That literally happened in US. Multiple number of Bengali people, they started asking their kids to play the game. So this game never ever became popular in India. Rather, it became popular in those Bengali speaking communities. It is actually from a Bengali storyline. So I always prefer to target my customer and segregate who is not my customer. But honestly, in Play Store, it's difficult to filter out customers. Please let me know, stop me if I'm overshooting time. I have a tendency of overshooting.
No problem at all.
No issues, sir. No issues. We have time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the kind of a breakdown. If anybody got some kind of technical questions, I'm good to answer after the session.
Sure.
And then
Avi,
literally
I
dig
think there's
into,
some
is
audio
my
disturbance.
internet connection fine? Is there any glitch?
Yeah. No, 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 no. It's all fine. I think there was some audio disturbance from Avi's side.
Okay, okay, no issues. Okay, so we started digging into a lot of other different mythological based or storyline based movies. So we started digging into
Yep.
Dacoits of Bengal, which is Bangladesh based storyline. We used to read those storyline, realistic story, and that's how we got names like Rana Ghat. Rana Ghat is a place in Bengal. It got its name from Rana Dacoit, right? Vishnupur became Vishnupur from most probably from the dacoit's name Vishe Dakat. So we tried to put all those characters into gaming, tried to tell those storylines. Sometimes we failed, sometimes yes, we succeeded, but we never ever published those storyline based games into Play Store. Dacoits of Bengal is actually available in one of the VR game. Okay, I'll try to show you one of our created VR device. Most probably, Obi, uh, I think I'll show you. I'll show you. Don't worry.
Sure.
So those games are literally available inside as a box inside a VR game. So you literally need to become a dacoit, actually play the game and fight using XR technology. And most probably this thing would be new for you guys, but we did that. So we started making cosplay related fashionable garments from the games. So whatever character you're going to see
Wow.
now, you will have the real time, real life dress and ornaments and monetization methods in real life. So we started collaborating with these shops long time back. And we actually have few of those success stories from few parts of Asia. I'll share you that slide as well. This, my friend, is called high fashion. Okay, all these models
Okay.
became game characters. All these dresses became available inside those game. All these kind of swords, these kind of shields, they became available in real store. So you can redeem the
Wow.
virtual currency, go to the store and get these things up. So I
Awesome.
floated, okay,
Awesome.
that's one of my another failure story. I floated a company called Cosplay Seller. Couldn't make a lot of money till date yet, but still I'm trying to earn something out of it from India. I'm getting something from out of India, of course. Okay. So some of the trial that we did Calcutta's first cosplay show with all my superheroes in real life. If you can see this picture, that's me in middle. I don't have a costume, but all these people are actually models and actors. That's Dipanjan. Dipanjan Bosak is actually a supermodel. He is brand model for Captain Morgan, and
Yeah.
he became one of my characters. So I can go on, like I know each and every one of them. They are face of few of the brands nowadays. Uh, Give me 2 minutes, Nikhil and Avi, to
Sure.
explain this slide. So
Sure.
this is not about showing off what I'm doing in the villages. Rather, this was the reason I started my company. Okay. I wanted to give back something to the community. And the dresses that you saw, the kind of, you can say, small knitting that you have seen, these
Mhm.
people are doing it. We literally traveled various part of India, trained them. Initially, they didn't believe us, trained them
Yeah.
hard so that they can make these dresses, they can make these, small elements. We can incorporate them into e-commerce, maybe with games, sometimes with the movies that we create. I'll share the slide about the movies as well. So, small storyline based stuff. And whatever money we earn, we give 80% to 85% to these people. Uh, I'll welcome all of you guys to come with me in those villages. Uh, if you are
Most
there, you
certainly
will see that
after this lockdown is done.
earlier they never had money to buy clothes for their kids. Nowadays
Yeah.
they are going to school, and I literally
Awesome.
cried in front of them when I saw, and they say that, sir, you know what, my kid is going to school nowadays. I'm really happy, and we are earning a good amount of money. And this all happened because it was a community effort. I have done anything else. I just did something which is called making a community active, created a trust in them that
Yeah.
they can do wonderful stuff in life. So I'm a very
True.
small dot in the vast universe trying to do something good. Pardon me about the fast slides. I'm thinking that maybe I'll be overshooting. That's the thing that's going on in my mind. Okay. So these are the kind of immortal characters. I can go on, like we have got, I think, more than 250 characters, but because of 30
Wow.
minutes, I slashed down everything. So that's Mahavir from, this guy is actually a model from out of India. He's a Russian. So when he traveled to India, he was in Bangalore, and he gave me a call. Hey, you know what? I want to become your character. That was his first line. I said, who are
Wow.
you? He said, I'm a model from Russia. I got in touch with a couple of your games. I played it, and I want to become a model. I don't care about the money. You know, I would love to come to Calcutta, and I would love to convert myself into a gaming character. I said, welcome, please come. So he became that Mahavir. The game is not released yet. We'll be releasing it soon. Parashurama is in the pipeline, and these are the few shots from our virtual reality based games. We did few of them. I'm not showing all of them, but yes, few of the action-packed games, few of those training module simulated games. This is the car simulator game. There are a couple of other games that we created with. You can actually go under the sea. You can learn a couple of things. We did few of the
Hi,
fashion.
Arijita. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, so Arijita, मेरा आपसे एक क्वेश्चन है. I just recently knew कि आप कोरोना के लिए भी काफी
Yes,
help वगैरह कर रहे हो आप काफी. So would love to know about that as well.
sure. Let me finish. I'll come back to that. Is it fine?
Sure, sir.
Okay, great, super. Okay, so this is one of my favorite character, Surpanakha, which is going to come very soon. I'm not sure which year, which date. We are working on this character concept. Uh, for Indians, we feel Surpanakha was a ugly-looking, sick character, and she used to be a demon. So we actually
Mhm.
found something interesting. Surpanakha used
Yeah.
to be very beautiful, really beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
and the interesting fact is she used to fight with a lot of different styles, and she used to know a lot of science, which uh, in earlier time, when you talk about science which is more advanced than your timeline, you feel that that's magic and that happened literally. I can go on to digging into those factors, but maybe we can wait for few of those slides where I'm talking about training on kids. So this is a game that we created. If you get kidnapped by some goons, what are the possibilities that you can actually come out from that kidnapping place? So there are different levels available. Interesting kind of stuff for the kids to improve their IQ level. When you play it, most probably you will understand it. Pretty difficult to play, but yes, that's available. Uh, so as I promised, these are the few small OTT based stuff that we created. That's Urvashi Rautela. Obviously, I had the pleasure to have her in one of our show. Uh, we had the pleasure to work with few of the OTT based movies, and I floated another company called My Films, which actually invests money on making small movies and then convert the whole movie line into gaming stuff. Few of the press news that happened, people humbled enough to interview me, and humbled enough to being interviewed by Nikhil and Avi. Really, happy to be here. These are the few organizations that I have invested or floated, and I was fortunate enough to create Angel Fund and associated with the VC funds long back. So since most probably 2008 end, I started digging into the angel investment, but till date, deep tech investment in India is limited. I can maybe take another session. So would love
Right.
to share you something on yoga training for you. Yoga training for you actually started by uh, 3 bottles of beer with five different guys. One of them is from UK, one of them is from Russia, two of them from Ukraine, and one of the guy who is me, black skin, India. So we are actually thinking to give back something on traditional approach rather than only tech, and maybe ask people to give away their drugs and come back to life. That's how yoga training for you started in Thailand, in Phuket. Certainly, once pandemic is over, you're welcome to my institute to maybe spend 2 to 3 days. Beer is on me, and we can have some good fun. Would love to touch upon I Am Superhero. I Am Superhero is a complete non-profit initiative from us. We encourage kids to draw new characters, new superheroes, complete unique fighting style, complete unique characteristics. Send it to us. If we like it, we go for a deal with that kid. We initially give a certain amount of money to them, take the character, put it inside a game, and we share the revenue with the kid, so that the parent feel, oh no, my kid is actually earning, so he must be doing good. Usually we don't encourage kids to drawing superheroes. We usually say that, come on, stop it, don't play games.
Yeah.
So that's for that. Animgaming.com is
Awesome.
a platform which we floated around 2.5 years back, uh, jointly with Indie Games and Casual Connect. So we encourage people who are indie studios to put their game concept, the GDD, into the portal. So if we like it, we try to connect them with the publishers and fetch investment. It's a collaborative approach with a couple of other guys. So uh, you're most welcome. Animation Reviews, that's another non-profit portal. We usually write free stuff for free movies and games that is coming up in the market. Forget about the rest of them. I can go on because I'm actually overshooting time. It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Avi asked me an interesting question about, that's my last slide. I
Sure.
keep riding the tiger. And for me, entrepreneurship is actually riding tiger, Nikhil. So tiger is your business and you need to
Yeah.
feed it. If you overfeed
Right.
it, it will become fatty. If you don't feed it properly, it will eat you. Okay? And you always have that डर inside your heart. यार कल मुझे खा जाएगा, कल बंद होगा तो क्या होगा, पैसा नहीं कमाऊंगा तो क्या चलेगा, बंद हो जाएगा तो कैसे होगा, है ना? So that bloodline is actually giving you the energy, and the energy flows inside your heart, and that's the drive that you should have. I mean, everybody should have. And we are all tiger riders,
Awesome.
so I'm happy to be with all the tiger riders. Avi, about your question, Corona, yes, from a company from Denmark, I joined them few months back. So we build a AI based solution so it can actually detect, for an example, if I'm using my phone and I open up my camera, it will detect my skin, it will detect my eyes, it will detect my skin tone, my heat, the way I'm breathing, and calculate in the back engine whether I've got a flu, I'm sick, the kind of situation I have, and then can come up whether I have got COVID-19 or not. It's actually created with 5 different scientists and 3 doctors as an advisor. Few of the coders, we did it and floated in the market to help the community. It's not free for the government, free for the people. And we already faced 4 different countries as our country partner. Recently, most probably we will be floating into Australia as well. That answer your question, Avi?
One second. My mic was mute, sorry. So also
Saying,
I heard that you are doing some charity as well. I saw some pictures of you doing some charity.
oh yeah. So we did a few of the PPE kits. Well, it shouldn't say we, rather it's again a community approach. So I'm a Rotarian. So certainly from Rotary, we did a few charity, and I personally created a community in our circle. So we started giving free food each and every day for the needy people. If you can see the present situation, there are people who are literally stuck and they don't have money to buy food. So I started buying small basic element which is going to improvise their immunity, rather than giving only rice and potato. Rather, we started giving rice, potato along with turmeric and neem. Neem and turmeric usually gives ability to improvise your internal immunity system, along with garlic. So we encouraged those guys to have it, consume it, so that, I mean, they can save their lives. Uh, you call it charity, you call it humanity, whatever it is. I don't think it's a charity. I think it's a humanity that we are all doing. And I'm really blessed that you guys are doing something on charity for COVID-19. Pretty needed at this hour. And yeah, so I'm open for any questions that you have. I hope I'm on time.
Yeah, sir. You're very much on time, and I think it's already 2 o'clock. So we are waiting for Khagendra, our next speaker. So I would like to thank you very much. And on the first slide, you mentioned that you will bore us. So that was, I think that was a lie. You didn't bore us. You in fact, uh, shared your experience about this gaming industry and all the amazing work that you're doing. I wish you all the best from my side, and most of our viewers really adored all the work that you're doing. I've been reading the chats, and they really like that you are bringing Indian culture to the international level. So thank you very much for that from my side. Vaibhav, anything to add from your end?
No, I
Yes,
think it was.
absolutely. Thanks, Arijit, for coming on the show. And you talked about so many things, and your experience about bringing all these not so journal hidden secrets of our mythology and bringing the characters into life using your amazing technology. So thanks for doing all this for our country and also all of us.
Pleasure is mine, and happy to see Khagendra as well. Hi, Khagendra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, thanks. I think we have some other sessions, and
Yes.
Yeah.
wish you good luck in life
Thank you.
and for the streaming. I'll be watching and I'll be sharing the same as well. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.